And finally, here we are at this sophisticated equipment setup. Got some good quality components in here. You know, yeah, most of them have been around for a while, but I'm also a fan of, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know, what's the point in that? But we've got good spacing in between our components, which is going to make it easier for you or service personnel to get in and tweak or repair or replace something. You know, it's a pool and spa combination stuff. Can and will occasionally happen with it. But here's our main workhorse unit. It is a 2-horsepower pump, starting and stopping just the way that it should. It runs both the pool and the spa. Taking water over here to our DE, or diatomaceous earth filter. DE is like a fine talcum powder, and in my opinion, it's just the best way of cleaning water other than a sand filter or cartridge filter. When you look at the science of it, DE just cleans water a whole lot better. So our pressure is running too high right now, which tells me that this guy is dirty. It simply just needs to be backwashed. It's about a 10-minute process, self-cleaning process, and get your pool tech to do this for you the first time. We just need this guy running at a lower PSI, and you know, don't look at it as something negative. You look at it as, hey, this guy's doing his job. You know, probably every 4, 5, 6 months or so, you're going to need to backwash this filter, and then have your pool tech add in probably a coffee can full of DE back in the skimmer when you've got it up and running, just to replace what was lost. But this is not a big deal. That's really a minor issue. Might cost you 30, 35 bucks for something like that. Taking water over here to our heater, of which I can't believe it, but this guy is actually working. I am impressed. The unit is obsolete. Unfortunately, the next time it breaks, yeah, you're going to be buying a new heater, but it's impressive that this guy fired right up and was working exactly the way that it should. Taking water back over to our salt cell. This is a salt pool, not chlorine. It's working. You know, it does say on the box over here that it needs some servicing right now, and this is its control unit, but you know, it's definitely working. We just don't have any flow on it right now. It said it had low minerals in there, and that the cell should be inspected. Probably just time to add some salt to it. Get the pool tech to check that out. But very cool. All right, so here is our second pump. This is for our waterfall that is right underneath or on the back side of the spa wall to create extra water flow in there. It's a 3/4 horsepower unit. It is not working, and so it's not exactly like you need this thing. This is an extra feature in the pool. You know, if you wanted to replace that motor, probably parts and labor on that run you right around 500, maybe 600 bucks or so. You decide if you want to do that. Finally, right here we have got a Polaris pump. It's a 3/4 horsepower pump. It's starting and stopping the way that it should, but part of the reason our Polaris is not working very well is we've got a kinked line in here, so it's really difficult for it to get water in. So it's going to be hard for it to push water back out. We simply need to replace this hose here. Probably going to be 50 or 60 bucks in parts and labor. Just need to get a pool tech to handle that for you, and hopefully we can get that Polaris up and running again. So found some good bonding wires on the back of each of the pumps and the heater, so we are safe in that manner. Got a good working GFCI plug over here for our lights. This is your control box. You know, you don't really have to worry about turning these pumps on or off. They're all set up on timers through this. It's going to do it on its own. Control box is really more for service personnel, guys like me who need to stop the pool, isolate it, do whatever. And but you know, basically it's going to run on its own. But sure, you know, hey, if you wanted to, you come out here and turn on your pump. Here we go. Yeah, you know, or turn on your lights, your pool light, your spa light, stuff like that. That's fine. If it's at night and you need some lights, boom, this switch works for you. That's pretty handy. All right, so, but hey, overall, listen, for what we've got, oh, I'm sorry, have one little issue here. This guy is called an actuator. It's an auto Jandy valve, which is supposed to automatically turn the knobs for you. It is broken. It's not working. This guy works just fine, but we do need to replace this. Usually these guys are between 90 and 125 bucks. You know, maybe total you got to pay. Somebody's also got to hook it up to the electrical, so you know, maybe total you're looking at 175, 185, something like that for parts and labor on it. But we just need to replace that. Need to get our Polaris hose, you know, a new one put on there that is not kinked, so it can work properly. But still, overall, for what we've got here, liking it. You know, like that it's shaded here and good spacing in between this. So I'm giving it the thumbs up.